Mark Wahlberg's new movie Infinite is now out. Our Matt Perrin has this review.
Welcome to another Monday. Let's get the elephant in the room out of the way right away. I know that Tomorrow War and Free Guy both came out this weekend, and I've been looking forward to both of them. But with the holiday and work schedules changing, I was forced to pre-record this review before either of those two were watchable. So I had a choice to not do a review for today or do one on a previously watched movie. So I went with the latter. With Paramount Plus recently starting their streaming service, the new Mark Wahlberg movie Infinite was released on it as well. Is it worth using your free trial to see it? Here's my take on the newest action flick from the director of Training Day and the Equalizer films. Our movie begins with Evan, played by Wahlberg. He suffers from what he believes is schizophrenia and self-medicates to curb the effects. After being arrested, he is confronted in the police station by a strange man laying out strange items, asking him to touch them and say if they belong to him. Evan is confused and doesn't want to play along until this stranger gets incredibly forceful, threatening his life if he doesn't answer and answer correctly. Upon grabbing one of the items, Evan is flooded with past memories and realizes there's something to this. Before he can get any more answers, though, someone else crashes in and grabs up Evan, speeding away. We find out this is Nora, and she explains that the other man was Bathurst. The hallucinations and dreams Evan has had his whole life are actually memories of past lives. They are members of a group called Infinites, or beings who are reincarnated with all of their old memories and past life skills. Evan's memories haven't returned because of a childhood accident, but they need to restore them to finish a mission from a previous life. Bathurst is sick of reincarnating and has developed a device to wipe out all life on Earth so there would be nothing to reincarnate into. In Evan's previous life, he stole the device and hid it before dying, so they need him to remember the location to keep it from being used. As the movie progresses, we see all sorts of techniques being used to restore Evan's memory. We see his skills develop, and things must be taken to the next level to get that precious memory. The action heats up left and right as good infinites battle bad infinites, all with the existence of every living thing hanging in the balance. By this time, we as the audience are either enthralled with the story or cursing the lack of a proper execution of it. But either way, you know with Antoine Fuqua at the helm, there will be plenty of action to take in. So, what to say about this one? Have you seen The Matrix, The Avengers, The Old Guard? Well, if you cut those up and splice them back together, you have this movie, although those three did it a little better. It's funny that I mentioned The Old Guard because with Chiwetel Ejiofor, he plays an antagonist in both, and his acting is by far the best thing about this movie. Don't get me wrong, the movie starts off very strong and interesting, and Dylan O'Brien is great. But then when we get to present day, the story itself slows down a good bit. The movie had a great premise and solid ideas. It's just that the execution of it had more plot holes than bullet holes, and that's saying something. That being said, there is a fair amount of action, which is entertaining. Unfortunately, with that comes so much CGI that you find yourself wondering if any stunts were actually done. There have been a lot of reviews disparaging the movie for these very points, and I agree with them. But at the same time, I always look for some good, and it comes with the action. If you're able to turn your brain off and ignore some of the blatant unanswered questions, then you can probably have a lot of fun watching it. If nothing else, it's not a bad escape on a lazy Sunday afternoon. Just know that you've seen better versions of it before, which also makes it very predictable. This has been your Monday Movie Musing. Back to you.